we switch this on?
I have my notes.
Oh, notes, good idea. I've got some somewhere.
Yeah.
Are those notes in English, Mohammed?
Yeah.
Right, wow.
Mine are honestly as well, even though they just look like scrawled.
When's the last time we played?
2 weeks ago.
Good question. Fortnight ago, I think.
Clayton Morris. Does that sound right?
That is right. That is
Okay.
right. It is
Good.
Clayton.
I've got the right notes then, because I've got all my sessions in here.
Yeah, Clayton Morris are after. Currently, we've got, is it Theo Spinarelli?
Yes. Well,
Stephen-
currently you've Mr. Queenie
Stephen
St.
something
Clair's.
St. Clair. Is it Queen St. Clair?
Queenie.
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 Stephanie
You've fled to
Sinclair.
Queenie St. Clair's to recover. To actually recover. Some of you needed medical treatment, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Amadeus constantly yelling for doctor.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I needed
also
medical
fled
treatment.
because you've been 4 African American men were seen fleeing the scene of an arson in East Harlem.
Yes, they were. Covered in something
Yeah.
white.
Covered in white powder.
Yeah.
Covered in white powder. It was all the right kinds of answers.
And blood.
Yeah.
Should we decrease the? Should we remove the conditions, or we still have it?
No. Okay. So
So I've got 2 mental.
I'm exhausted,
Yes.
angry, and frightened.
yeah,
I'm
you're
hungry and
basically you're pretty close to angry and framed. Did you say not framed?
Frightened.
I'm broken
Frightened.
physically, and I'm frightened and hopeless. So it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. That's right,
Amadeus
because you
as
ran
well.
into Mr. Melt your eyeballs.
Melt your
Mr.
face.
Acid friend.
Acid friend,
The,
yeah,
the
right.
man with the acidic personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So I think we can start with 2 physical conditions healed and 2 mental conditions healed.
So can I unbreak myself?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm still battered and exhausted.
Yeah. But you can no, actually that seems legit. Yeah.
That seems about right.
That seems about right, yeah.
Good.
So Frank, you're master of ceremonies when we start streaming.
Oh, we're already
I believe.
streaming.
We're streaming. We're streaming. Hey, hello,
I did
everybody.
say,
We're
are we
streaming.
already? And you said we are already. So hello.
Yeah, sorry, I
stream.
didn't interpret that the way that. So in live broadcasting, gold standard.
Your podcast voice on.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. If I can just deepen my voice and drop a few octaves.
Yeah, a few octaves.
Be in the right place. Yeah, more than a few. Yeah, it's funny how when you hear your own voice, it's always higher. It's always lower pitch than it actually is to other people.
Well, you say
The
that.
whole
I
thing about-
always think about, ooh, it's a bit squeaky, isn't it? When I listen
But
to
when you
the
listen
oral
to-
exams I have to record and then I have to listen to it.
When you listen to your own voice, you hear it the way other people hear it, which is why it's so.
Which is higher.
Yeah.
Strange.
Because it's resonating through your skull, and your skull is dense and.
Yeah, apparently if you do something like this, then you hear more of what other people hear. If you cover the resonance from your body. Singing teacher told me that once.
Wow.
Weird.
All right. So you having fled the arson, which you definitely were
I don't know.
responsible for.
Oh, it was
Arson?
awesome, wasn't it? It was actually Aaron who, on purpose, stepped
Oh, I
forward
tried to
building.
blow up the creature.
Yeah,
It was
there was a
accidental
gas
arson
tank,
on purpose blow
fire.
up the creature.
a tenement building, burning it down.
I wasn't thinking straight.
None of us were thinking
I'm-
straight. I think
I'm
we can all
really
agree on
frightened.
that one. However, we have just fallen Paul into the trope of every single D&D game, which is burn the building down with a monster inside.
The only difference is that it's 1920s Harlem African American experience, so it's much worse than it is in a D&D game. When
Yes.
you go down the building.
Yes, that's true. Actually, you have to remind yourself of that occasionally.
So, you have fled to Queenie, St. Clair. I think we agreed it was just the Cotton Club for sake of having another decision to make.
Yeah, I couldn't actually find any evidence that she did own the Cotton Club, but in this world she does.
It'll do for now, would be my fundamental point. It'll do for now. You
or at least she's
find
rooming
your...
it or something.
Yeah, she's operating out of the back of the Cotton Club. Now, one of you already owes money to Queenie St. Clair.
That's
Atlanta.
me.
And the challenge you now have before you is you're already in debt to her. You're actually carrying a fair amount of heat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't actually want the police coming around knocking on her door. That's not something she's interested in. And burning down our building, even with Jewish people in it, is the sort of thing that pulls a fair amount of interest from the police force. So, but you're also hunting Spinarelli, who you know is explicitly, or at least working for, I think it was Morello?
Yeah, Morello's what I put down. Work for the job from Morello, the Godfather.
Is pushing into Queenie's territory in Harlem.
Yeah, but
So she would be
the
happy
acid
to
bloke, the acid bloke works for Spinarelli, who works for Morello.
Yeah,
Yes.
so she would be very happy to see Spinarelli take a significant hit, as it were.
Would it be possible to, like, change the narrative slightly? Yes, we escaped, but they didn't see the Italian blokes set the fire.
Well, they're going to believe us when we tell them we saw an Italian bloke set the fire?
Oh no, they won't, will they?
No, the police are so deep in the mafia's pockets, and we're
True.
black.
Yeah.
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 From almost
ain't gonna
every
work.
perspective, the convenient narrative is 4 African American men set a fire in an apartment in East Harlem.
Open and shut
Yeah.
case.
Uh,
But Queenie, we know that Morello's coming in on your territory. I mean, if we can take them down by illicit means, it will be a warning to Morello to back off from Harlem.
Correct. That is actually, so she is very interested in any option that fundamentally undermines the sort of, the threat that the Italian mafia represents to the control of her territory. So if that could be achieved, that would be of great interest to her. And she also wonders out loud, considering how tightly Morello controls his forces, how well or how much Spinarelli has kept Morello in the loop. By the way, I don't mean to be rude, but someone's got a lot of background noise coming in.
Could be my son. He's always very noisy. Let me shut him up. He doesn't have an indoor volume button.
That is,
Yes.
it is you. Yeah, it is him.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
I can't hear him because I've got the headphone on, so
All right.
I've learned.
All right, so she can give you the location of Spinarelli's operation if that is of interest to you.
It is. And,
It is
and we
very
can take
important.
any message you want us to give.
She'd like that. Well, you're not actually her thugs, but I mean, the reality is she'd like that message to be quite pointed.
Oh dear, like that, is it?
It can be a pointed message. I've got. I'm going to show her the gun, which I didn't use to kill anybody, did I? No.
No,
That's it.
you stabbed people. You were
So the
stabbing
gun
people.
I took from one of the Italians. I've got this. It's I can clean it, clean any fingerprints on it off it. I can wear some gloves. I can do something with this and then plant it as evidence against them.
I guess we need more than that to enter Spinarelli hideout after we saw this monstrosity in the workshop. I guess guns will not make.
I mean,
useful against it.
How many strange acid demons are likely to be in his employ? I mean, surely he's only got the one.
I have no idea.
We hope he's only got one. And where did he get it from?
Yeah, what is it actually? What was this thing? I mean, acid
hell,
demon? I've never had
obviously.
anything like that.
It melted that guy. It melted Amadeus.
And guns.
But the other two thugs that I killed were just Italian,
Okay.
which is
just
close to
bad.
being from hell, but they were just Italian.
And they were actually. Oh, you didn't really. No.
And
And I didn't kill. Well, I guess I killed them both. I remember Arnold brought one out, but he died, didn't he?
He did.
From wounds that
Yeah,
I inflicted.
It's actually where you got the name Spinarelli from. Was his last gasp was, make that bastard Spinarelli pay.
Yeah.
Or words to that effect.
Yeah, because he gave us the car keys, didn't he? Which we were able to escape in.
Now, the other thing yes, that's right. So we didn't actually get into what was in the car either. Actually, now I think about it.
In the car?
No,
'Cause-
investigate and go through what's in the car, because obviously they
Yeah.
came in the car.
I just
Yeah.
drove it like the devil and drove to Queenie's hideout. I didn't check anything in it.
So the glove box contains a book titled Madam Yondai's Dream Journal, which
Interesting.
promises success in money, love, and happiness.
So,
Inside the book is a handwritten note from Madam Yondai herself saying, "To Clayton, my beautiful dreamer."
So it was his car. Okay.
No. No. Clayton did not own this car,
But the book, we assume.
but the book.
So, Dream Manual.
Clayton was the acid. No, that's Clayton Morris.
No, Clayton is the guy you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, can I remember? He wasn't
So in other
found
words,
as a
they
corpse, was he? In that last place.
Sorry,
we
what
went
was
to?
that?
Who did we find as a corpse in the last place?
Cecil
No,
Dreyfus.
you found Dreyfus.
Yeah,
Dreyfus.
Cecil Dreyfus.
That's who it was. Yes.
So somehow the Italians had a book from Clayton Morris that was personally written to him by a woman known as Madam Yondai.
Have I ever heard of Madam Yondai?
You have. She's actually reasonably famous in Harlem. She's a practitioner of, various things.
Electronic?
For the well-heeled, kind of white folk who might come into Harlem for a thrill or because, I don't know, they're just silly. She's, some sort of, mystic. She's attached to the spirit world. Puts on a lot of airs. For the poorer African Americans, her story is more practical. She does do a fair amount of what would be called folk remedies, even in the 1920s, particularly drawn from Southern traditions. And for most of the rest of the cohort, so that's middle class kind of African Americans, whilst absolutely she portrays herself as a psychic, a lot of people just think she's, very good at persuading white people to give over money. And she actually has a place in town that you can go to meet her.
Have you met her before? Seeing as she's a sort of folk remedy and I'm a less folky but still remedy person.
Well, I would have thought Amadeus would probably frown on someone like Madam Yondai quite strongly. Actually.
I might be fascinated by her.
You might. Well, it's up to you. Are you fascinated by the idea of folk remedies, or are you judgmental?
Oh, I'm going back to my Vaesen in Japan character now. Where I was fascinated by it. Because the old ways were the best, right? Yeah, anyway, I probably am slightly skeptical. I'm probably saying she is somebody who is very good at impressing people, but maybe not proper medicine.
Yeah. So, well, if you think you've gone and to investigate her, then I'm fine with that. So the story is you would have gone in. She has a very sort of, mystics kind of arrangement. So there's a front of house bit. Then when you go in the back, there's like a seance space with, a crystal ball, the whole kind of shebang, most of which has nothing to do with African-American tradition. So it's clearly, a put on, for want of better language. Yep. However, she does practice a range of herbal remedies, which she sells. And, some of those actually work because, the bark of the willow tree is an analgesic and so forth and so on. So a number of those remedies are actually efficacious.
Good word. Right, so if we go to see her, let's have a look at the book first. Is there anything we know about the dreams that Clayton was having, and maybe we can look up what he thought they might mean in this manual?
So it's very much her book, but he's obviously met her, so that's one thing. But the book is...
annotations?
Bookmarks, folded corners.
Yep, dog ears.
Okay.
The people at dog ear books.
The old rest it on its spine and see where it falls open.
Falls open. Yeah. Okay. So there's a whole section on controlling or effective dreams, like how to set yourself up for having positive dreams or to allow you to manage your dreams. There's a whole section on that that seems to be very well thumbed. Lots of little sort of underlining of particular things. It's very heavily underlined, and there's even probably a few notes like, this does not seem to work. I've had some success with this. Sort of comments along the sides of it. Okay.
So why
the chapter's probably something along the lines of how to have powerful dreams, or how to have how to visualize your future, that sort of thing. Sorry, Arnold, what were you saying?
So why they kept this book of all his belonging? Why they kept this book? I just ask the group of all his belonging, why did they kept this book?
I don't know.
I don't know, Arnold. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking two things. One, we should maybe go and take this picture with the face in the window to this woman. If there's any truth behind what she can do, she can maybe speak to him. But secondly, and this is my most prioritous thought at the moment, we've got the mafia after us. We've got the police after us. Strikes me, we should be going to Spinoza's before we get two bunches of people knocking at the door of the club here and us getting arrested.
Yeah, let's keep a move.
Yeah, fair enough. But the theory, just why did he have the book? She calls him my beautiful dreamer, and artists often use their dreams to inspire their art, don't they?
Yeah, sure enough.
So
Yep.
maybe
I get
I
he
think
music
she's
from my
definitely
dreams.
somebody we need to talk to, but let's talk to Spinarelli first.
maybe he was into dream
Yeah.
journeys and things like that.
Okay, so you know that Spinarelli operates out of a deli called Ricky's Meats.
Ricky's meat.
And this is information that
Yeah.
she's
Queenie
given us.
has.
Queenie's
Handed
told
over
us
to-
already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ricky's Meats.
What part of town is Ricky's Meats in?
you're never going to guess.
Bronx.
Harlem?
The Italian part of town.
The Italian
Bronx?
part of town, that's right.
No, kind of my question there is, how are we going to be accepted or otherwise there?
Will not be accepted, of course. We need just to enforce our way in.
No, sorry. So Ricky's Meats, we're going to have to do something like that. What I mean is, just in the town in general, as we're walking down the street to Ricky's Meats, are we going to have people hassling us?
We have a car.
We can
Okay,
drive right up
If we're
in
seen
front.
driving a car in the Italian part of town, how soon is it going to be before they pull us over for stealing a car, which is registered, I might say,
To an Italian.
to a guy out of the mafia?
Well, we could drive the car near there, leave it, wipe it down or whatever, and then go around to Ricky's Meats.
Now, I ain't as clever as you, Aaron, or Amadeus, but
What they implying?
could we drive the car there like we're delivering it? Like we're mechanics and
one
we're
of
taking
us
it back to its
maybe.
rightful owner?
But
One
four of us?
maybe, but no, but you know, would you need 4 mechanics to drive a car?
Or do you have one mechanic in overalls driving the car and 3 people hidden down beneath the windows?
Look, what
I'm
sort of
sure that would
part of town
work.
is this? Is this really dodgy part of town, or is it something where general people can go?
So
That's what I was
Spinarelli,
asking.
Ricky's Meats. No, it's. I mean, it's on. It's not on a main thoroughfare, but it's on a thoroughfare. So no, it's it's pretty suburban-y kind of lived experience. Yeah. So it's not dodgy.
Sure, we can just get
What
in there.
we if we just called them in the shop and told them to pick up their car from a place, and maybe we can ambush them.
And that's too complicated.
Yes, and
My
they'll
plan
see
was
that coming.
too complicated. And
Okay.
we don't need to ambush him in the place. What we need is Spinelli. We don't need his car delivery driver.
Of course, we don't necessarily have to all go.
I mean, they will go, and we will go into maybe at least.
One option is 2 of us go to Madam Yondai's and 2 go to Spinarelli's. The problem is that basically means that we no longer 4 Afro-American gentlemen going around
No,
together. So it's less
Less suspicious looking.
Yeah.
less suspicious looking. But the downside of that is there's only going to be 2 of you going to Spinarelli's.
Yeah.
So you might
Now,
need a little bit more muscle. Not
so
that
yeah,
I'm
but
very
Arnold's
muscular.
all of our muscle.
I'm all bandages.
And out of the and I ain't proud of this, but I'm the only person that's killed any mafiosi today.
You may not want to highlight that when you're there.
Yeah. Well, just between the 4 of us. So maybe it should be me and Arnold go to Spinelli's.
I
you guys go
firebombed
Madam
an
Yondai.
acid beast.
So
I
you
don't
say?
li-
I never saw the acid beast.
And
I
still-
never saw you stabbing a mafioso.
Me neither.
No, that's not true. You did
saw
because
two
he
dead
executed
mafiosi
one
when you
in
came
front of you.
outside.
No, that executed in front of Arnold. It wasn't in front of me.
Oh, you
Same
were
here.
still. You were. That's
I
right. You
was-
were setting up to
I
burn
was,
the
I
building
was,
down.
I saw
Sorry.
nothing. I was
And I-
freaking out.
And I pulled the gun on Atlanta. So
You did.
Yep.
there
You
is
did.
And it's very
Fine.
important.
That's lovely.
Don't call him
Yes.
Spinelli, please, because he's called Spinarelli.
Is the murder hobo and the person who pulled the gun on him go to one place, and the person
Spinarelli.
who's liable to set buildings on fire, and the doctor who doesn't trust the person you're going to see should go to the other place. I'm just saying that's what I'm seeing spin out here.
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me, doesn't it? we want the skeptic to be going to Madam
Yondai's.
Yondai's. I keep
So
thinking
who's going
she's
to Yonder's?
blue with a big red Mohican, but I'll get over that.
So who's going to Yonder's?
Shall we go yonder?
You and Amadeus, Aaron.
Shall we
Okay,
go
yeah,
yonder?
I'm happy with that.
I
Okay.
just got reminded of the A team that we all start with A.
All right, so let me just understand. So you're going to split up. 2 of you are going to go to Spinarelli's to try and get information out of Spinarelli and possibly deliver a message on behalf of Queenie.
Yep.
And 2 of you are going to go to Madam Yondai's and have a chat
Ask
to
about
her.
the-
Are you going to pick up the painting on your way to Madam Yondai's? It's a big painting, if I can remind you
Yes.
of that. It wasn't a small painting. It was a
No, a
2
big
people
painting.
carrying
Two
it
of, us,
around.
2 of us to carry it.
You could try.
So you guys better take the car then.
We could try to get her to the painting, of course.
Yeah, but persuading her to go to the painting is going to be, it'd be easy to just take the painting to her.
It's true. Well, let me give you a hint. It'll be way easier on an order of magnitude or more level easier
Let's just take the painting.
Okay.
because you have access to the painting. You don't have to
We've
do
got,
anything.
A, we've got access to the painting. B, going around to somebody's place of business and going, come to see this really weird painting in this random place. It is going to be a bit of a hard sell.
Said to known criminals. No, anyway, so.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not
on
known
that-
criminals. Nobody has ID'd us.
That's
Yeah.
mostly true. Okay, so I think then let's segue to Spinarelli. Let's start with the Spinarelli story. So tell me how you are approaching
Hold on.
Spinarelli's.
Arnold, are you okay with this plan? You've been really quiet, and I know you're quiet all the time. But
Yeah, I've seen worse. So yeah, let's go
Okay.
check this Spinarelli guy.
Okay. So tell me how you, because you've given up the car for Amadeus and Aaron to transport the painting around in. How are you guys planning to approach Ricky's Meats, the deli?
in a clean suit, and by the transit system to begin with, and then walk down
Yeah.
the street, is my thought. Good wash.
Looking clean.
Maybe my hat's no longer on the back of my head like I normally carry it, but kind of down a little bit over my face.
Okay.
Looking doubly
So-
suspicious.
So when you and Arnold, how are you also cleaned up and dressed well?
Yeah, I'm not dressed in my normal clothes, but yeah, I'm hiding my my gun in my jacket, under my jacket.
Okay, cool. So Ricky's Meats is a deli. It's it's quite busy. So it's got, people coming in and out all the time. Almost all Italian American or Polish American maybe. But people of Eastern European or Southern European extraction entering in and out of the deli itself. There is a lot of activity. Even the most cursory of kind of walk pasts notes that there are a couple of guys kind of loitering around the front of the building who seem surprisingly uninterested in shopping, and are reasonably well heeled in the sense that they're wearing sharp cut suits of a particular kind and make. Unless you go in the deli, you don't see any, anything else.
And let's walk straight past that deli, doing that little scan that we did there to identify those two. What's the building next door to the deli?
Police station.
The KKK.
That's right, the KKK's local chapter. No, It is actually, let's say it's like a grocer. It's that sort of area of town, right? So
Yeah, okay.
it's like
Can we-
fruit, veg, and all of that sort of show.
And I'm just noticing inside there are no black people, customers.
Correct. You don't think it would be possible to imagine an African American person going in? I mean, it's a busy shop. It's obviously very well frequented, but you're in the wrong part of town for there to be a lot of African Americans doing their shopping. Simply.
So I'm thinking we're going to walk straight past. We're going to turn
Yeah.
around the corner of the block. We're going to see what the back of the building is like in terms of fire escapes and stuff like that.
You don't think there is two African American patrolling a shop in a busy Italian neighborhood? Not suspicious?
Well, now we're just walking past. Behind the shop, though, we could be delivery drivers because that's the sort of job that you and I might have.
Are you wearing the right clothes for that?
No, of course we're not. But let's
But you're
cross that
African
bridge when we
American,
come-
so there's a certain degree of it doesn't matter what clothing you're wearing, you're still African American.
Fair enough.
Can I get a vigilance roll from one of you, please? Preferably the person with the best vigilance, because you've gone around the back, right, to have a look around.
that's where I'm heading with Arnold
Yeah.
kind of chasing after me, going, "Yeah, we sure we want to do this?" No, I think Arnold, you're going to be best on vigilance, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I'm 0 on vigilance.
Yeah, I have 2 in vigilance, so yeah.
Just don't worry about the dog person combo in the background.
Yeah.
And dog person combo.
Well, yeah.
Cute dog
Flash
person.
up the dog. Flash up the dog.
Cute
See?
dog.
Oh.
It's not a
There you go.
hybrid. It's a person with a dog.
All right.
Oh.
That's better.
1 success.
All right, 1 success. Okay, so you pop your head around the back. You can see a single person out the back guarding a rear exit to Ricky's meats.
Same sort of suit as the guys at the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a diner hereabouts?
I mean, they're probably, well, yes. I mean, definitely.
Okay, is there a diner that will take our dollar?
I guess the question is, do you care whether they take your dollar? How much of a scene are you willing? Like, how kind of willing are you to roll those dice?
So
'Cause
what,
you
what
won't
I'm
really
looking
know
for is
until
that
you
we can sit
try.
down and chat naturally without standing on a street corner planning how we do this. But we need
Right.
to chat.
Maybe
so I
we
wanna find a
can
place-
just try to fix anything, any street light or anything, any pavement or something, just to nobody will pay attention to us fixing something in the street.
Well, this is exactly the sort of plan I want to make, but I don't want to make it standing here on the street corner with him turning his eyes our way at some point. So I'm looking for a diner. Let's just see if we can go in a diner, order a coffee, sit down, have a coffee and a chat. And if we can't, then maybe I'll improvise something else.
Okay, so the only way, unfortunately, so can I get an observation roll? I think that's actually the right thing. So you basically are kind of approaching, like, I guess the way I would imagine this works for you guys, and sorry, I'm sort of trying to work this out as we go. So as you approach the diner, you've kind of got that sixth sense about whether you think, like, you can see what the waiters are doing as you're walking towards it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're...
Yeah, so that people watching thing.
Yeah, where you're sort of seeing whether the waiters are bristling up as they watch you approach or whether they just go about their business completely unconcerned, right? So can I get an observation roll from one of you, please?
I've rolled my dice and I've got a 6.
And you've got 1 success. Okay, unfortunately, the first 2 diners you approach, you get that kind of, you know, bristly kind of sense. The 3rd diner, which is quite a bit down the road, actually has some female African-American wait staff. So quite liberal for the area. And it you get the sense if you sat in the far edge, kind of, you know, maybe around the corner, no one would particularly notice.
Okay, I'm gonna catch one of the waitress's eyes and give her a hopeful smile, show her a bit of
She
teeth.
sort of, you know, does this with her head, and around the corner in the alleyway, so not in the street, not in the cafe, there's a kind of couple of rickety tables.
Cool.
With stools.
We'll take that. We'll sit on these stools by that cafe.
And you can see when you come around the corner, there's a couple of African-American laborers, for want of better language, right? So exactly the sort of people that you were talking about earlier. So street cleaners, those sorts of people sort of sitting there in the alleyway, right? Not out on the street. Like the cafe doesn't want to drive away business. So it's parked these people around the corner. Yeah.
How much money have you got, Arnold?
Not much, but I guess if a good coffee, I even have to buy you a coffee now.
Could it be coffee for the brothers here?
I want to return back to France.
Treatment of.
I'll pay you back. I've got a big gig coming up. All we need to do is get through to that gig.
Yeah, I've known you since I don't know how long, but I've heard this record before. But okay, come on.
So the way you're served is actually through a side entrance to the back of the So there's the dumpsters, and there's the doorway sort of into the kitchen between the dumpsters, and the waitress comes out through that space, you know, sort of, and takes your coffee orders, and you can get melted cheese sandwiches, that sort of thing.
Just coffee. I don't want to stretch Arnold's budget.
Yeah. And maybe you can just whisper to Atlanta. Maybe you can take this. I guess they are the right fit for us to take their clothes. Maybe.
Well, I'm thin and scrawny. I can definitely get in one of them. You're a bigger fellow than me. You got to be the judge of that. But I'm willing to give these guys this smart, dapper suit in return for their overalls.
Yeah, maybe I can buy them as something sweet for their troubles.
I think we just lost Paul.
He's coming back.
Yeah, that's okay. He's in a different. He's probably gone for a drink.
He's probably somewhere else. Yeah, exactly.
Different part of town.
That's right. Hello. Okay, so you're going to try and persuade these guys to swap clothes.
Yeah,
that's going to take
I'm probably the best person to do that, Arnold. Your manipulation is what?
You're the people person.
Yeah.
I'm good at
There we go. 2 successes.
One for each one. Good.
Okay.
Surely 2 sets of overalls.
That is 2 sets of overalls. I have no issue with that at all. So they're willing to swap overalls for suits. I mean, sure. Yeah. Why? Yep. Okay. Yep. You probably have to pay them though, because they recognize that if you want to swap overalls for suits, you want the overalls way more than they want the suits.
I don't know how much longer I can bear it. Okay. How much do you need?
It's like a $1.50 a suit, because it's 1920s money. So that's a reasonable amount. It should be.
Yeah, I give him the money.
Okay. And you guys now have overalls.
That army pension of yours, it's a lifesaver, Arnold.
Now, so you guys are gonna just quickly run over what you think your plan is to get close to this thing.
Right. So we can still have this conversation at the coffee over our coffees. We're taking
For sure,
time over
yep.
this.
Yeah.
So, what are our suits? Have they got like a company name? Are they electricity company? Are they refuse? Are they?
No, they're just kind of dirty overalls. They're just
Maybe you can collect their garbage or maybe something in their drain. We can need
Well,
fixing.
I'm thinking we've got an opportunity here if we can persuade them that we're like Bell or the Telegraph Company or something that might actually get us access to the building itself.
Why they need
But
to
refuse
person-
guys, you know,
maybe
we
refuse,
just
yeah.
pick up the garbage from outside.
Yeah.
Or we
Without
can
the
do the
gar-
garbage thing, go up past that person and that guard, kill him, nip into the building. But, you know, it's your choice, mate.
You're in a bloodlust these days, right? I can punch him.
I'm not in a
maybe, knock him
bloodlust.
out.
Yeah, well, at some point he comes around is all I'm saying. But we could try subterfuge rather than violence.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
point
game
I'm
with
making.
that. Yeah, I'm game with that.
okay. So we might just quickly scene cut to Madam Yondai's for a moment.
Go ahead.
So,
This will
Madam
go
Yondai,
well.
so you guys have. So I'll just assume that you guys can. By the way, I do make the suggestion, Matt and Mohammed, if you want to do any further planning, you could probably do it on Discord with chat. That might be a thoughtful thing to do. Particularly considering where the plan currently lies from a confidence perspective. Aaron and Amadeus, I assume you've gone and picked up the painting. I'm not gonna do that.
Yep, we'll go pick up the painting.
Done.
And hopefully it'll
the
fit in the
blanket,
car.
and then
Yep, you can fit it in the back of the car. It probably sits slightly out. I don't know, but you've got this painting resting in the boot of resting across the back seat of the car and out the back. You drive to Madam Yondai's. Madam Yondai is, you know, sort of what's the name of the joint?
The Mystic Parlor.
The Mystic Parlor. Let's go with that, right? So, a fortune-telling business. Fortunes told, futures promised. On 1314 West 117th Street. So right in the middle of kind of African American part of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
You can, I mean, there are black curtains pulled across the window. There's that sign hanging. There's a crystal ball sort of symbol painted onto the wall. It's all a bit OTT.
So, Aaron, I reckon we are going to be quite open with her.
Yep.
Talk about
let's
the concerns.
knock on the door. Say we've got a painting to show her that we need her expert advice on, and then we can bring the painting in.
Do we say right away
Okay.
that it's from Clayton?
Yes, it
Does
was
she knows?
Clayton's painting. Yeah.
Yes, and we.
All right,
really
so
need
you go through the door, and it's actually just Madam Yondai. There's no one else. So the door, the bell rings, and this woman, kind of mid-30s, comes out. I actually, no, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Where is she? Oh, go up, not down. Sorry, hold on. Oh, shit, there it is. Okay, when it pops up, eventually. So she's kind of got the whole sort of southern kind of, but quite well heeled, quite attractive, actually very attractive woman. Kind of greets you at the entryway. She kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, "Can I help you?"
We wish to ask for your expert advice on a painting of some we believe you know, Clayton Morris.
I do know Clayton, she says.
Yes. We are quite worried about him, and we are hoping that you can help us.
Help us find him. He has
Um,
gone missing.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So she looks at you and goes, "Oh, I've like, yes, I do know Clayton. She seems quite cagey. She seems quite, sort of restrained in talking to you, I guess.
His sister has asked us to look for him, and we just have a feeling that Pearl. We just hope that your expertise. I've been following your progress for some time. That your expertise could really help us out on this one. It will not take a lot of your time, and we just have this painting with us. We would like to show you and get your input on.
Yes.
We can bring it right in here.
Yes, it's just waiting out in the automobile.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, it's still there.
Can I get a manipulation roll from one of you, please? Or actually, an inspiration roll.
Inspiration. All right.
I have 6 dice in it.
I probably have very few. Actually, my mental is fine now. Inspiration. Oh, I need to look for that first. Hang on.
It's near the bottom.
Near the bottom. Inspiration.
Second from the bottom on the right.
So if I take inspiration, just click on it for a moment. I've got 6 as well, but you can roll and I assist if I may.
No, it's all right. You roll, Frank. Get a +1 from me, I believe.
Okay. Is that all good? Any other modifiers? Okay, thank you. Let's see. No. This is just carrying on from yesterday when I missed every single Cthulhu roll. No, you can. No, I don't want to look at the painting. I don't want anything to do. Can I push this one? You can. Can I get a bit? Let's see. Can I get a bit hopeless to say if she can't help us, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to re-roll. Go for it. That's 2 successes. If I count correctly. So you basically kind of beg her. Yes. We don't know what to do. That's our only hope. I'm very worried about what's been going on. Okay, we'll bring in the painting. I'll take one look at the painting, she says. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Go and get it with Amadeus. Obviously, it needs 2 of us to bring it in.
Yep. Okay. As soon as you get the painting through the door, she hasn't even looked at it yet. She feels it almost like coming into the room. And she shudders for a moment, and then in a very a sort of startled voice, where did that? I feel a spirit, and like could be a put on, I feel a spirit in the painting. It's a spirit in distress. What has happened to Clayton?
We don't know, but he's in the painting.
We feel like he's been invested in his art, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Stuck in it.
Trying to work out if we
show it to me, and you kind of. She goes, ah! She sort of leaps back from the painting in absolute horror. She looks at you with the saddest face that you can imagine. I fear this is not Clayton. This is an echo of Clayton. So where's Clayton if this is an echo?
So where is Clayton then?
I fear this is an echo of Clayton after he died. I stagger a little bit.
You think he's dead?
What is that? A fragment of his soul in this picture?
like a
a
ghost.
fragment of his dreams.
His dream.
Clayton was a dreamer, and she says that like it's a noun, right? Not like it's a verb. So
obviously.
Okay.
But I mean, she makes it a very explicit sort of
A dreamer.
a dreamer kind of comment, right? She's explicitly
Like a
calling out-
title. Like
Yes.
a title more than
More
something
than-
describing somebody.
Mhm.
someone. Yeah, exactly.
So I've read about people going on dream journeys. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Do we know anything about the Dreamlands?
No.
Nope. Okay, I'm just asking. I haven't got a clue.
Yep.
Astral
no, you don't.
projection is what I read about.
I got a lot of learning. See, so
Yeah. So, I mean,
All right. Actually, I'll tell you what. Make a law roll. Make a learnings roll.
I've got 3 learning. So
Yep.
boy, you well learned. Learning.
that's 6. 3 successes.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, maybe
I'll just do mine as well.
As it turns out.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Wow, I think I used all the 6s off.
Perhaps Frank, for the rest of the game, you should just be.
Yeah.
I'll add a dice to your roll.
I tell you, it was terrible yesterday in Arkham.
Okay. So you have heard stories, Aaron, of people who claim to be able to journey to other places in their dreams.
Right.
Who can, and probably most importantly, can control their dreams in a way that normal people can't, right? So they can actually direct their dreams.
Direct the dreams. Obviously, I'd be interested in the artistic sort of angle of it.
Yeah. So for you, that's probably, so you don't know about the Dreamlands per se.
Yeah.
But you know about that concept of people who have some sort of ability to dream of other places and control it. And when you're struck by that thought, you did see those paintings in his workshop.
Mm.
And those paintings are not dissimilar to the stories that you've read that other dreamers have told about those places.
Wow, that's a bit, yeah. So you're saying he could control his dreams then?
Yes.
I've heard a little bit about this, and some of the scenes in his workshop were similar sort of things I've heard of or read about previously.
He was.
Is this why he's been targeted by the mafia?
She looks a little. The mafia? I had no idea that he had anything to do with the mafia.
The confusing thing is a what was the Cecil Dreyfus worked with Clayton
To drop some sort of device. Cylinders.
Yeah, do you know what this device could be?
Do you show her the picture?
Yep.
Yeah. She looks at it for a second and just reaches out and touches the paper. And then her eyes go super wide and she goes, I fear this is a device of great darkness.
Okay.
Come with me. And she sort of shuffles you into the back room.
Okay, right. Yep. Get shuffled.
So you're in this room, there's a crystal ball in the middle of the table. She shoves the crystal ball completely off the table. It lands on the ground and rolls. It doesn't shatter because it's made of very, very thick glass. But
if she shoved it, I'd have tried to reach forward and grab it. But tried to grab it, but missed.
She seems completely unconcerned with all of these accoutrements. And sort of pulls one of the curtains aside, on the other side of the curtain, there's a bunch of sort of much more Santera hoodoo kind of things there. Not a lot, but some. She grabs, sort of a motif, a thing, and sort of pulls it forward, puts it on the table, and says, "This is. I need to speak to the Orisha," and sort of puts it on the table, and then okay. So now back to Spinarelli.
Oh, that was just getting exciting.
So Spinarelli and Co. Literally on the back door. No, only kidding. What are you guys doing?
As we're strolling down the back lot towards the guy with the suit.
Yeah.
I whisper to Arnold that he should get behind the guy while I'm talking to him, in case I'm not as persuasive as we need, and we do need to go with his original plan of knocking the fellow out.
Okay. Can I, Mohammed, you're on mute.
Yeah, Arnold's saying, I don't like this, but we don't have any other choice. Okay.
All right.
We're going to try this. We're going to try this legit.
Okay,
but,
so I need you to make an infiltration roll for me.
Not my best too.
Stealth. Sorry.
Yeah. I understood. Not my best.
Okay. All right. We'll worry about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give you a dice of help by distracting the fellow? Kind of saying to him, "Hey, brother, we're trying to find," and I realize I don't have any paperwork. I pull up my arm like I've got something written on there. Ricky's Meats.
He looks at you quite sort of, what are you doing here? Sort of look on his face.
We're from the power company. There was a problem with your fuse box.
They employing folk like you now. No wonder they're having trouble with the power box. You folk don't know how to do. He's straight into insulting you. He has not even. And it's just like there's not even a speed bump on his way to insult.
It's kind of high up. They like me because I can climb.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a couple of comments about various primates.
I guess Arnold he's just waiting for another insult, and he will probably punch the guy. You see his head boiling.
Yeah, he's pretty full on. Like he's just swearing and kind of making various very offensive comments about you. African Americans, primates, climbing. Yeah. He draws that circle pretty quickly.
I'm not proud of that, by the way. But
can I get a
manipulation roll?
Yeah, a manipulation roll, and a manipulation roll.
Okay, clear. I just lost my manipulation and roll.
Yep.
I'm going to push this. I don't want to fail at the first hurdle. And I am going to accept as my condition. Well, frankly, I don't like having to pretend to be a monkey to get into a building, so I am angry.
Yeah, that is pretty legit.
Fuck it.
Okay, you can't control your anger.
Yeah, I push him.
I think that's what actually goes down. You just can't control it, right?
I punched him. I probably punched him, yeah.
So as soon as you appear on the scene, Arnold, he, reaching into his jacket as you go to punch him. So He's clearly reaching for a firearm. Can you roll a force roll for me, please? Might force, whichever one it is. Yeah.
Force, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you slam him with your fist. You sort of slap him, hit him in the face. He's caught by surprise in the sense that, he actually sort of believed that you could be who you said you were, but you guys are the ones who can't keep the facade up. So it's not that he's seen through the facade, it's that you guys prove incapable of accepting this level of abuse. And you just lash out. You rock him back, but he's now reached into his jacket and he's pulling out a revolver.
I knife him.
You knife him?
With my knife.
All right, roll.
Weren't you going to Spinarelli to say sorry or something?
He was grabbing for a flower.
Where is my close combat? There we go.
Yeah.
You have my permission to knife him.
Yeah. I'm not great at this, but I do get a hit.
You've proven to be surprisingly efficacious, actually, I would point out. This is the second time you've stabbed someone quite effectively. All right, so you stab him in the side. So there's a punch and then a jam in the side with the thing. He stumbles backwards against the doorway, making quite a loud thumping noise, and then begins to slide down the door, sort of gasping as this knife is jammed into his lung. From inside the room... Sorry, go, yep.
So I was going to say, you're about to tell me from inside the room something happens, but is there a basement? Is there a lower level, below ground level?
Yeah, absolutely. You mean like one of those sort of down into sort of to deliver goods?
Yeah.
Sort of below street level kind of things.
Can Arnold drop him down there?
I want to just.
There's a dumpster. There's dumpsters. I don't think there's a sort of down because you're actually at the service entrance for it.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Are there steps up to the back door? Is there a sort of a loading dock?
There's no loading dock because it's pre that. Oh.
Okay.
No,
I'm basing my entire New York history from Bugsy Malone.
There's not a roller door, but there's two sort of biggish doors that are kind of on a lifted up. So yes, there's a loading dock.
Okay. Sorry, and you said he goes against the door, and then you begin to say from inside. Do I hear somebody?
You hear someone going, "Hey Ralphie, what's going on out there?"
Sorry, saying what? I missed that.
Hey Ralphie, what's going on out there?
Cool. Okay.
Because you hit the back door because you've slammed him into it and you've jammed this knife in, and so there's a groan and a slump sound.
I try
roll
to
him down under the door so he can't be seen. I say to Arnold quietly.
Yeah, I try to cover his mouth maybe.
He's like he's trying to make noise and movement, and you're like, "Can you make another force roll for me, please?" As you try and hold him back. Okay. So you're suddenly reminded of that moment when you were in the trenches and there was that German soldier, desperately struggling for survival, and you just jammed your bayonet into his side, and you were holding his mouth silent so he wouldn't give a scream before your guys attacked the trench.
Yeah, that's open a very bad memory.
Yeah, and you've got this guy, you've covered his nose and his mouth with your hand, and you're, strangling him to death effectively, smothering him to death with your hand. Okay, so Arnold's having a good time. Meanwhile,
and shout through the door, "It's the power company. Ralphie said we should come right on in."
Yeah, I didn't say what. That's probably the first thing. What do you do when you yell? Because it doesn't. That even you don't believe that's going to fly. What do you
I'm
do?
mouthing. I'm mouthing.
We need them to open the door.
Okay. If you come through that door, I'm going to fill you full of lead. You actually hear a gun cock. Where's Ralphie? I want to hear Ralphie's voice. There's someone yelling from the back.
Part of me wants to go, pizza, pepperoni.
It's good to be able to throw offensive stereotypes around in all regards.
Okay, so this strategy isn't going to work. Oh God, Arnold, what do we do?
Run.
Yeah, blazing. Yep. We don't have time.
There's a fire escape ladder above us, right?
Yes.
Right. We can climb
I
like a
will try
monkey.
I will try to. Yeah.
So
Lift
you
you
jump
and
up,
to grab.
pull the. So let me just get this right. So you're near the door. There's the fire escapes. So the way the fire escapes work is you have to jump up and pull the ladder down. They make an almighty rattling noise when the ladder comes down, obviously, because they're that classic kind of metal on metal construction.
Well, can I jump up onto the bottom rail of the sort of lower level of the fire escape itself and haul myself up without pulling the ladder down?
I can push you up to it. I can lift you up. I'm a little bit tall and huge person, so I can lift you up
Okay,
to.
and I've got agility of 2. So with it,
physique
dice
to-
will help one
to
way or
lift
the
up.
other.
Okay, so all right, so make that roll.
Okay, so take my clear my dice pool, take my agility, and add a dice from Arnold.
From Arnold.
Yep.
Yep.
Right, grabbed it. Pretty
Okay.
firm grip.
Now can you make an infiltration roll? Because assumedly what you're trying to, stealth roll, because you're trying to make this quietly, correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you jump up, you're kind of lifted up, probably is a better way to put it. So Arnold literally just pushes you up and you grab on, and that's why it's quiet, because you're not actually, kind of jumping and rattling.
No.
You're
Now I'm
just
going to
kind
get
of
over the
holding.
railing of the sort of
Okay.
form of the fire escape.
By the way, downstairs, Arnold, where you are, you hear the same voice, but he's now speaking in Italian. Like he's yelling through the door in Italian.
Can I
And
understand?
you do hear the name Ralphie in the middle of that sentence, but other than that, it's all Italian to you.
I understand a little bit of French, so maybe.
Oh, okay. So you probably, catch a few words. Or a few what you think are words, and you can guess what the import of it's definitely a question, and it's something. It's got something about you out there, for want of a better language. Give me ahoy.
Sorry.
That's all. It's like a you out there in Italian.
Yeah, I tell Atlanta to go. I will hold them down. I said to them, I know this is a family show, but I said, hey, you, can I say the F word or no?
Sure.
Of course you can. I mean, no. Hold on a second. It's Frank's channel.
Yeah, I just insult the guy inside the shop with the
right. So you're just
with the equally racist insults.
Epithet. Yeah. Yes, nice. Okay. All right.
Run! Get them to chase you. I whisper down.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Right.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, I will try to get in through the window here.
All right. So you climb through the window. You're in someone's bedroom, right? So this is like almost everywhere in this space, the store owners don't live somewhere else. They live above their shops.
Yeah.
Right. It's not, you know, they don't, you know, suburbia is a thing of the future, right? So the idea that you have your shop and your living space at different places is to be, not now. So you've come out into a bedroom. There's, you know, it's very similar to the setup you saw with the workshop at the other joint where you went to the diner and the workshop was above, which is this. It's a similar sort of show. So if you want to creep down the stairs into the deli, you're welcome to do so. You'll probably come out either in the deli or in the sort of back area. Probably the back area. You're unlikely to come out in the deli.
Hold on a second, though. Spinarelli hangs out here. Is this
Yes.
his room, or is this Ricky's room and Spinarelli visits?
Your suspicion is Spinarelli does not live here.
Right.
Okay, because it's not actually his, like, it's not his place, right? Ricky
Okay.
lives here.
So carefully listening at the door before I open it, I head out of the room and I guess creep downstairs.
Yep.
Or look downstairs at least before I creep.
Yep. So it goes into what looks like a big store area, like as in storage area. So there's, you know, shelves with all of this different stuff on it, and you can see the floor is kind of sawdusted, you know, wood. It's not, so they clean by, you know, laying down sawdust and then they sweep up sawdust, that sort of thing.
And this is a delicatessen, so it's a bit like a butcher's.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yes.
right. Yeah, so there's hanging salamis and hams and other things and cheese wheels and that sort of thing going on.
So I'm guessing Spinarelli doesn't do his business in the front of the shop.
You
He's got
are
some little
indeed
office
guessing that.
Off
Yes.
this, probably off this room here.
Yeah.
What
Where's
can I
the-
hear of? Is the back door banging open now? as
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
changes
absolutely. You can hear someone swearing in Italian. It's clearly swearing. You don't know any of the words, and yet you're able to ascertain that it's a lot of swearing in Italian. And Arnold, you see the door being sort of swung open, and a thin, kind of sharp person, you know, he's wearing a sharp suit, but he's thin, he's pointy in kind of all dimensions, sort of swings the door open. He's got, you know, sharp piercing eyes. He's wearing a very sharp suit, but he's got an automatic pistol, not a revolver, so, which is reasonably
A Luger?
unusual. No. Like
and Colt 9mm.
Yeah, like a Browning 9mm. But he's got a actual, you know, but it's shiny. It's, you know, it's kind of a custom piece.
Posh.
Yeah, and he's swung the door open and he's coming through the door, with his gun.
Okay, I try to. Oh, I know this is dangerous, but yeah, I will tackle him.
Okay, I'm going to give him a shot.
Yeah.
Because he knows you're out there and he's ready.
Oh, that's a lot of sixes. Oh, that's a lot of dices. I mean,
Only dice so far.
All right. He shoots you in the shoulder as you jump towards him. Please take 2 wounds for me. 2 physical conditions.
Okay, exhausted and battered. Okay.
Yep. And then make a force roll as you struggle to wrest the firearm away from him, which I assume is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Please make sure you apply the -2 dice for your condition.
Yeah. Sorry. Just click on it, or how to remove it? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Come on, you can do it.
Yep.
All right. You've grabbed the gun, and you and him. You haven't got control of it, but you're a bigger guy than him. He's a thin, you know, whiplashy kind of cat. But you've now grabbed the firearm. The gun, however, has gone off at this point. Anston, you hear the firearm discharge, and what is clearly a struggle going on downstairs.
Okay, so I'm going downstairs because that wasn't my plan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a gamble here. Do I see them as I go down the stairs? Do I see them silhouetted against the open doorway?
Yeah, you do. I mean, the stairs don't come down facing that way. They come down facing the other way. So you're sort of looking, as you come down the stairs, you're looking over the banister and around.
Right. Is anybody else reacting to the shot outside the back?
No, it's just Spinarelli in the back at the moment.
Right. So that is Spinarelli.
Well,
Spinarelli.
very well.
It is Spinarelli.
He is very
So
well dressed.
can I quickly stealth up to the back of him and put the cold muzzle of my mafioso pistol against the back of his neck and tell him to stop?
You can.
I will. First of all, stealth.
Yeah.
Oh no, clear that. Well, my mouse has died. Come on.
I just plugged mine in.
Clear. Stealth. Roll. Okay. Does he want to make an awareness against me, or no?
No, I'm going to give
Then
it
I
to
put
you
the
because
cold
he's busy
muzzle of a
trying to
pistol
stop this
against the
guy
back
from
of his neck,
pointing a gun
right
at his
there, the nape of his neck,
Right.
and I say, Spinarelli, I got a message from Queenie.
Oh, that's terrifying. So he moves his hands away from the, like he lets go of the gun, right? Like he's sort of, oh, hey, I'm always willing to listen to what Queenie's got to say. Okay, segue back to Madam
Yondai.
Madam Yondai.
Yondai. Okay. So you've shown her the thing. She's cleared the thing. She's asked for the assistance of the Orisha of Dreams in particular. Who I'm not going to try and pronounce their name because it would defeat me. And she starts to sort of so the piece of paper you've laid on the ground with the drawing of the thing, she turns it over and starts to sort of her eyes are rolled back into the back of her head, and she starts to scribble on the back of it, like she's grabbed a pencil and now she's scribbling on the back of this piece
like
of
doing
paper.
automatic writing sort of type thing.
Very much like doing automatic writing. As a matter of fact, explicitly doing automatic writing. Which I would like to point out is a talent available to journalists in Vaesen. Weirdly, it's like literally the one truly supernatural talent in the game, outside of what the weird Oracle people get. So she draws a picture of a sign of a theater, like a big sign, like you'd see on a theater.
Like a Broadway.
Yeah, like a Broadway sign.
Ooh.
And on that sign is the number. Let me just make sure I get it right.
666.
It's a sign with the words "closed" written on it. But it's clearly a theatre sign. Can I get you both, please, to make learning rolls for me?
Absolutely. Pleasure. No.
Or investigation, your choice.
Oh, I'm going learning.
I just have to find the skills. Learning, I've got 2. Investigation, I've got 2.
Nope. Obviously, I'm not a theatre goer.
Roll. There we go. 1 success.
Okay. You actually recognize the sign, Amadeus.
I've seen the sign.
You've seen this sign. It's a theatre on 123rd Street that was shut down. But you'd heard rumours some white investors had bought it recently, because that sort of noise gets around town pretty quick.
Yeah. Right. Is that
There's
far
a lot
from
of
here?
concerns that maybe, white people are going to start trying to move in and push out.
Yeah. Yeah. Gentrifiers.
Yeah.
Is this far away?
Not well. Not nothing is far away when you're in Harlem.
Right.
Okay. Start heading towards it.
Hang on. Let's make
Oh.
sure that we speak to the lady first when she
Okay.
comes out of her.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah,
it is.
make
Yes,
sure
she
she's
sort
all
of
right.
shakes free. She says, "The Orisha has, the Orisha is
Guiding you.
guiding you." Yeah, exactly. She
Right. What will we find?
I don't know, but you will find this. And she turns the piece of paper over, and that device that you had drawn.
How can we
Says-
destroy that device? Just beat it with a big club? Will that do it?
Give it to Anston. He'll sort it.
It may very well be. She says, "I don't know."
Okay.
Do you know what the device does or what it is, other than saying it's evil?
It is a thief of dreams.
A thief of dreams. That's not good. People need to dream. From
A
memory, there
thing
were more.
that steals the hopes and dreams of people.
Definitely not. From memory, there were more than one, right? That was manufactured.
Yeah, that was what she'd worked out. Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
Have you got a sledgehammer somewhere?
I'm sure we could get a tire iron from the back of the car.
Right. Shall we wait for the other two or just go for it? Scout the
I don't
place
know.
out.
Let's. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure they're not having any problems at all.
They will have convinced Spinarelli that we are not actually trouble at all.
Yeah,
We are
and
not
they'll
worth
get the
pursuing.
similar sort of because if it's white investors, it's going to be the mafia, isn't it? So it could well be Spinarelli that did the
Could
thing.
be.
So if we go to near where they're going to be, we can pick them up and then head towards the theatre.
So I will assume that you guys will have prearranged a meet point
Okay.
because you split up. You would have had. There are no telephones, so you.
Yeah.
So it's it's something your characters. I mean, we wouldn't think about because most of us are so used to just going, "I'll just ring them and tell them where I'm going to be." But this is pre that period, so I'll assume that you've prearranged, like a meeting point that you can catch up at.
Cool.
In Harlem?
All right, so in on the border of maybe East and West Harlem. So on the border of African American Harlem and every other
Alright.
Harlem.
Let's go to the meeting point.
Okay, so back to Spinarelli's cold muzzle placed against the back of his head. You guys have so you placed the firearm against the back of his head. He surrendered. You said, "I've got a message from Queenie. What do you want to?" He's not struggling anymore. He's obviously, hey, whoa.
Queenie doesn't want you dead, but she wants you to know that you're as good as dead. You could have been dead. You didn't watch your back. And that's where Queenie is. So, two things. You back off the numbers game in Harlem. That's Queenie's game. You got that?
Hey, man, I'm all ears. I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears.
Okay. And you tell us what's going down. I need some help here. What's the name of the acid bloke?
Kurtzel. Kurtzel was the acid bloke.
What's going on with Kurtzel and the artist?
Okay, so it's like he's context shifting in the middle of you are context shifting. You may not realize quite how much, but he knows how much. Because those two things happen. Well, Kurtzel and the artist have a lot to do with each other, but Queenie, Kurtzel and the artist have literally nothing to do with each other at all. They are so separate. It's not funny.
I said two things, mate.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Can I get a? Let me have a look. Sorry, give me 1 1 second.
If it's ideally, I think in this game it would be investigation questioning him, but
Yeah,
that's not
It
particularly a
would.
skill I have.
I'm happy to go with manipulation. I'm even going to give you a bonus dice because you've got a gun pointed at him at the moment, and you know his protection is downstairs.
I am indeed embellishing the truth a bit here, because what I'm saying is Queenie protects Harlem from the likes of you and the likes of any weird demon, acid-faced
weird
demon
demon shit.
you want to
Yeah.
bring in. And so she wants to know what this shit is about. That's my kind of argument.
Okay,
that
all
I'm
right.
looking
So
for.
can I get a manipulation roll, please?
And I will do an extra dice on that.
Hey! They made promises, man. But I can see, you know, that
Who
you
made
want nothing to do
promises?
with it. That bunch of guys, man. You know.
What do you mean, bunch of guys? You're a bunch of guys.
Well, hey, you know.
We're just folk
the-
trying to make an honest living. You are a bunch of wise guys.
Hey, Ronald made a lot of promises, man.
Ronald who?
Donald.
Ronald Stewart.
Ronald
He
Stewart.
made a lot of promises, man.
What did he promise you?
He's hey, power. What we're all in this game for, right? He's got some weird shit going on, that guy.
We're in this game for community, not power. You don't know what you're messing around with. Power corrupts.
Yeah, that's right. Queenie's never shot anyone in the street. Or had anyone shot in the street.
No, she has me do it. So less of the loose talk.
he's and by the way, at this point you hear banging on the front door. Because remember, there were two guys out the front as well.
Yeah.
Hey boss, you okay in there?
Tell him you're fine.
Yeah, boys. Yep, it's okay. You just stay on the other side of that doorway. Me and some nice fellas are just having a bit of a quiet chat in here.
Right, we're going to leave you safe and unharmed if you tell us everything about this fella.
Hey,
Ronald.
look, it wasn't my choice, man. That artist, he shouldn't have gotten involved.
Yeah. Tell me some more. Tell me everything you know quickly.
All right. So he, just a short story long, or long story short, he basically tells you that Clayton Morris is dead. So they killed Clayton Morris on the orders of these white people.
It's the white people I want to know about. Who are these white people and where are they?
They operate out of this old theater on 123rd Street.
And who are they connected with?
They're connected with themselves. They got money, man. They got lots of money.
Whose money?
Their money. They're all well-heeled. They're all well-to-do from uptown.
Fucking Rhode Island you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of money and weird. That Ronald guy, he can do some fucking weird shit.
Okay. So when you take promises from the whites, you should remember, you and me, we ain't so different. We're poor folk trying to make a living. We keep to our territories. Queenie says you're good. You start mustering in again, I come back again, and you don't hear me before I put a bullet through the back of your head. Got that?
That was intense. That was intense.
Message heard, man. Message heard, man. Yeah. You be okay. Well then, since you're letting me walk out of here alive, I'll give you one piece of advice. You stay right away from those guys. I don't know what they're doing. They got us to move some stuff around some of the buildings.
What stuff and what
Round-
are the buildings?
Yeah, they had these like cylinders, like these tubes. They wanted made out of clay and stuff. They wanted us to put them in some of the buildings.
I saw a picture of one of those, and I described the picture I saw.
Yeah,
That
that's the
diagram.
thing.
How many of those they got?
They got 4 of them.
4 of them.
Yeah, 1 for each of them. Made some big point about each one would get 1.
So there are 4 of these white guys, all rich, you say, all
Yeah.
powerful, and they want more power.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the game they're in?
Yeah.
If
It's
only
always
you
the
could
game
ask
they're in.
where they put them.
Where did you put these?
So they give
Sorry,
you 4
I'm
addresses.
getting a telepathic
Give you
message.
4
to
addresses.
I will stop
They
myself
tell
from
you.
saying
They
that.
tell you. They tell you where they put the 4 devices, and they're basically in 4 tenement buildings, sort of equidistant from the
From the theatre?
Theatre.
Yeah.
I think we should trash them first.
Yeah. Not that I know about it, but seems like
Not that we know about it. No.
Right.
I'm
So-
still struggling with the guy downstairs.
And are you still
No,
struggling with that guy?
the guy
No,
downstairs
that's the
is
guy that he's
Spinarelli.
got. That's the guy you're
No,
talking to.
Spinarelli
Ah,
is.
okay,
is
it
the
was
guy.
Spinarelli. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the guy backstairs is holding his
Yeah.
guts in.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
tell Spinarelli to turn face the wall.
Yeah.
I'm kind of determined that he doesn't see what I look like.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
And I say, I'm keeping you covered as we get out of here. And I back out the way we came.
Yeah.
And
I'm probably
he's
bleeding
just looking
from
at the wall.
my shoulder.
And obviously, once he hears footsteps moving away, once he hears footsteps running away, he turns around. But assumably, you've disappeared out of the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You gather back together at the meeting point.
And we swap notes.
Yeah, we found out about a theatre. Oh, you found out about a theatre. Okay. Oh, and for the
we found out about that diagram you got there. There are 4 of those.
Yes.
Where
And
are
they
they?
are here,
Dream
here,
thieves.
here, and here.
They're dream thieves, we've heard.
The
They steal the
dream
dreams,
thieves.
hopes, and aspirations of people.
They will steal the dreams, and it seems like they'll empower these 4 people. So if we destroy them, that'll be a good. And Aaron's dead. Sorry, not Aaron.
Clayton.
I'm
He's
Aaron.
talking.
Clayton's dead.
Oh, right.
So they
Yeah, they told me they'd
steal
kill him.
Gutted.
yeah, they steal our money, and now they want to steal our dreams.
Mm.
Thomas, it's 9 o'clock. How long are you wanting to go on for?
Well, I can actually continue for another because so other arrangements have been made, so I don't have to drive the kid to school. So I have a half an hour of grace.
Cool.
Okay.
If we want to play
Yeah.
on for a half.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Fine by me.
I will be upfront. I think we'll struggle to finish it in a half an hour, but we'll
It
see.
depends on how many.
Well,
how-
do we want to stop now and just do another session next week? In a couple
Next
of weeks'
time.
time.
I don't know whether
Uh,
Thomas can because of daylight saving time.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just no. So in a fortnight, it'll be
The
the
28th.
30th. 29th.
29th.
29th your time.
I've
Yeah.
never
Which is after the end of, which is after the
The
start of daylight saving.
27th.
Yeah, because
I
it's the last Sunday, which will be the 27th, the 26th, 27th. So yeah, it'll be after daylight saving.
So would we be able to do it maybe a bit later? So it's the same time for Thomas.
We could. I could.
I
Mohammed?
If my math is correct here.
So it's instead of an hour after, you mean?
Yeah, starting an hour later.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we? Let's
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 push
carry on.
push forward.
push
Okay.
forward. Let's see how we go.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, so first of all, let's get these
worst
things-
case scenario, I have 45 minutes because my first meeting is at 8:45. So, and it's with
Let's get
Brad,
these things plotted on a map, first of all.
I'm still
Yes.
So
I'm
yeah,
still wounded,
pop
of
one on
course.
map,
Yeah.
and let's go to the nearest one to see if we can find it and
Well, no,
trash it.
Before we go to the nearest one, let's just have a look at this. Is like one of them in Black Harlem and one of them in Italian Harlem or anything like that?
Was a particular
All of them are in
arrangement?
African American parts of Harlem.
Yeah, to steal the dreams of the people. Yeah.
And
Right then.
they're all within about 500 meters of the theatre.
Oh, really
All right.
close.
Well, they're all exactly, let's say they're all exactly 300 meters from the theatre,
Okay.
but equidistant. So 300 meters on cardinal points.
We'll get to the nearest one, and then we'll go.
Yeah,
So it's
In
like
a
a big
circle.
cross.
Yep.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
like exactly.
I will try to just do some triage or something for my wounds.
Oh, have we got? It's medicine, isn't it?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
Amadeus is a doctor.
I've got my medical bag as well, so hopefully
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've not
You can
forgotten.
add 2 dice to that.
Right, so medicine.
I love the way you
medicine.
stand there, Arnold, going, let's have this big plan. Right, now I'm just going to do a little bit of triage.
But I
You'll need to clear
first.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I realized. I also have 2 physical conditions, and this physical isn't. So it's +/-2, really.
Yeah.
No, medicine's an
Yeah.
intellectual role.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
not.
It's,
physical.
it's precision.
No,
Precision.
it's not.
It's
Precision, you're
Yeah.
right, of course.
Yeah, 1 success at least.
Okay, well, that heals 3 physical conditions. So, Arnold, you
Yeah.
are completely healed of your physical impairment.
Yeah.
You can
As
even
I'm
knock one in
bandaging-
your own direction.
As I'm bandaging Arnold, I just look at Anston and say, "What did you guys get up to?"
These
I think
mafiosi
out, yeah.
types, they're,
Mm.
they called us monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just-
And they won't do that again.
Again.
Yeah,
Well, at least that guy won't do that again.
somebody will do it again.
Yeah, someone will do it again. Okay,
Thank you,
I will
Doc.
point out that's 3 conditions. So, Frank, Amadeus, you can actually heal one of your own in
Can
the
I?
process.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1 physical, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is one inside the theater that collect the dreams of the other 4 machines.
Each machine is for one is for each of them. The
Okay.
people
So
in
you
the
may.
theater.
It's probably important for me to remind you because it has been a while since it's come up. The Clayton Morris had one of his own.
Oh.
So is one of
That
them?
was the original deal. The original deal, which you do know because it was written down and you've actually read it, is that Clayton Morris was given one.
Yes. And there was something, but
And
he
his
didn't
notes
realize the
were all
price.
about the cost of bringing her back.
Back. Yes.
That's why we were thinking. We didn't find that one though, did we?
You never went to his apartment.
Nah.
I thought somebody did. Speak to the lady.
You would talk to his sister
No.
in her apartment.
We
You
didn't
never
go
went
west.
to his apartment block.
Never went to
You
his
never-
apartment to find out that.
You never went anywhere near that building at
Okay.
all.
Is it close?
Is it close? I'm going to keep on saying it's East Harlem. Everything is close.
Okay, well, we could go there first, smash that up, and then go to all the others. We've got to destroy them all.
Better collect them all.
Got to get them all. Yeah.
We didn't.
Is that what you want to do, guys? Are you going to go to his apartment first?
We didn't know where his body was, right?
Now,
no,
hold on, fellas, hold on. Spinarelli said he killed Clayton.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
You guys seem to be thinking that he's trapped in that painting because he dealt with power that he couldn't cope with.
Quite likely. But Madam Yondai said it
But
was
you're
just
wrong.
a
He was
fragment.
killed by the mafia. Did you say that woman told you that is just an echo of him? In there?
Echo of him was trapped in it, and thus he was
Yeah.
dead.
So are you thinking these are actually bad things?
Yes.
Yes.
Accumulate power.
Yes. They
They're
steal
terrible
power
things.
from other people. They dream their hopes and dreams.
They
They
drain,
just
So
drain
what
the
about-
hopes and
What about stealing power from white folk for us?
It is a bad thing to draw out the
Why
soul
do you
and the
say that?
dreams. I don't know where you learned your morals, young man.
yeah.
What are
But they
morals?
owe us, surely. For
What are
3
morals?
centuries, they owe us.
What are morals? I fought for this country. I bled for it, and what do they call me? They call me an animal. They treat me right. I bled. I held my friend dead between my arms for this country, and what I got? Nothing. Yeah, I am for. I don't know why I am with Atlanta with this one. I don't want to say it. I agree with him.
You can't give up your humanity like that.
I give up in
You're not
humanity.
talking about destroying these things without
Clayton said
realizing what they
the
are.
cost was too much.
They are evil.
Yeah,
Clayton was killed, though,
Yes.
by the mafia. They
I-
said it. Their own words.
But
How
this
did he
device-
find evil? How did
But
he
he-
find evil?
But before he got killed, he said the cost was too much.
I trust
Because
Clayton. He was a friend. I
It cost
trust
us
this shit.
too much. He had a very specific aim. He wanted to bring his
wife back.
beloved wife back from the dead. I'm not talking about bringing people back from the dead. What I'm saying is these white fellas, they've got an idea about how this power can help them. And I'm sure it isn't to bring their dead wife back. And I'm saying we're destroying these things without knowing how they can work for us and for our community.
You would
Is it
use an
fighting
evil
the-
tool. Is your middle name
Yeah.
Isildur?
Is fighting in a war and killing people is evil? What is the cost of it? The cost of it, we freed people. We broke some evil people. At what cost? Yeah,
Cost to your
war
own
is
soul.
evil. Yeah,
The cost was
my soul has.
Unfortunately, in any war, there is only bystanders, and bystanders get killed and murdered.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
people that actually succeed in that actually are unaffected by the wars are the leaders.
Yeah,
and
I-
these are the leaders.
I
Spinarelli
lost
said
my-
it himself.
We wouldn't be affecting the leaders. We'd be basically putting these in unfortunate bystanders places, and we would be sucking up those bystanders' dreams.
Like they're
We,
trying to
we
do to
wouldn't be
us.
affecting the people in power. The
But we
people
could.
we want to hurt. How?
we-
How
we
could
will
you
use
get that device
We
into
could
a
take
person
one
of
down to
power?
the White House.
we will use it for the good, not for the bad like them.
I believe some of the stabbing that you did supposedly might well have also taken a few knocks to the head there, Atlanta.
Think back to the trenches. Think about the
yeah,
gas attacks. This would be like a gas attack.
Yeah, don't tell me about the trenches. Don't tell me about killing people. He was defending himself. I killed a person in cold blood. He was shouting for his kids when I killed them in the war. I didn't understand him after I pulled from my pocket the picture of the family of the dead soldier. He was shouting something in German. I didn't understand him after I stabbed him in the neck.
So you
He was
understand
shouting
that
for
other
his
people
children.
are also people.
Yeah,
You're
it's
clever people. Amadeus, Aaron, you're clever people. What you're talking about destroying something that we don't understand.
Yes.
Just because we don't understand it.
No, because we understand
we
it's
could
enough to say it's evil.
Understand it.
If you want to understand something, who do you go to talk to about it? You go to talk to about an expert about that thing. Both myself and Amadeus have just talked to an expert about this thing, and she called it an evil, despicable thing that needs to be destroyed.
Why? Because she didn't understand it. Fighting in
No,
like
she
I
knows
told you.
it. She basically summoned up an Orisha of dreams to aid and guide her and help us find out about these things.
The guardian spirit.
A guardian spirit said this thing is evil.
I don't understand this guy in spirit who how he will help anyone. He just help them. They will use it for the power. We can use it for our power to help our people, even if at our own costs.
If you
So,
help our people
You
with
guys are
something
having this
tainted,
debate as you walk down the street, is my image, because I assume you're still walking. You did say you were going to the apartment of Clayton Morris.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you now find yourselves in the middle of this debate in the front of Clayton Morris's apartment building. You recognise it immediately because it is exactly
It's
as
the
per the
same one.
painting.
Yeah.
There, like a lot. So as you look down the street, it stands out, and it stands out because there's like, so the street is busy with people. So there's kids, playing games. There's people sitting out on the, out on the porches. There's people talking on the street. Like, it's a really dynamic space, right? Like, this is an urban environment. This is the flowering of Harlem, right? This is that period of history, right? So there are African American people up and down the street talking to each other. There are people making plans, all of that sort of stuff. There are kids playing hopscotch on the road or whatever. However, as you approach this building, it stands out because none of that is true for this building. So there are kids, but they're sort of sitting on the stairs.
subdued.
They're just kind of sitting there. They're not doing anything. They're not active. There's a couple of older people kind of just slumped in chairs as opposed to sort of sitting up in chairs. They're not taking any notice of what's going on around them. Part of the reason you're so conscious of it is because you were sort of expecting something like this, right? Because you've been given that mention of hopes and dreams being stolen. So you were sort of already subconsciously, sort of triggering for it. But it's really obvious to you that this is a place where none of the Renaissance is not here, right? This is not the Renaissance, right? This is something else. As you get, and the building itself looks run down in comparison to the rest, like grey and dull, like the colours of the paint and other things just don't kind of, pop in the same way. The trees are sort of drooping. They haven't lost all their leaves, but they're drooping and kind of semi-withered, like they haven't had enough water. There are weeds kind of popping up in the, in the path going into the stairwell. And the stairs going up to the front of the tenement building.
Okay. Go up the stairs.
These people that we're surrounded by, they look like they're on drugs.
Yeah,
effect
and
of
actually,
these
as you pay more
influence.
attention to them, they've all got a kind of a grey pallor. Like, they're all, jaundiced or grey pallid. They look not malnourished, but like they haven't had enough sun or anything, right? Like they look sickly and like they haven't had enough sun.
Go up the stairs. Go through the door.
Okay. Right. Well, there's people sitting. There's kids sitting on the stairwell doing nothing, just kind of bouncing a ball, but that's it. And it's very sort of average. When you go through the front, a couple of the doorways open, like people are kind of looking out of the doorway, but not opening the doors. Like they're like you're being looked at because suspicion, that sort of thing.
He's on the second floor?
The
third floor, or like 1, 2, 3, or ground?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So it is the second. Yeah, sorry. Yes, third floor.
Yes,
American third floor.
American third floor, Australian and English second floor. Yes.
Yeah.
Ground first, second.
Yep.
Um.
Okay, go up to the third floor then.
Yep, and the banister, as you go up it, it's dusty and not well maintained. You can hear the stairs creaking. Now this you've not seen before, because this is, all of this is kind of, not what it's like at the moment. Okay, so you go up the stairs to the 3rd floor. As you approach the door to Clayton Morris's apartment, a couple of things are really different. So one, it's like chalk and cheese, this section of the building in comparison to everything else. Like everything here pops, to use that language, right? So the door is beautifully painted. The walls are, kind of clean. There's no dust on the floor. As you get close, it's like you've stepped over a line. And on one side of that line is this kind of decay, for want of better language, not true decay, but like a decaying feel. And then on the other side of the line, it's like you're in the best version of the apartment, of the tenement.
Yeah.
So you step over this line and you can literally physically step over a line. Like you're actually able to identify that there's literally a line, a circle, for want of better language, that's coming out.
Go up to the door.
Okay. You can hear a woman's voice singing on the other side of the door.
Knock on the door.
Okay. You hear a woman's voice go, "Just give me one moment." And there's this beautiful African-American woman answering the door. She's dressed in this lovely, beautiful, colorful dress. It's like a performer's dress, like she's dressed to perform. So it's not, it's sort of sparkly, shiny kind of flapper, but with, kind of show kind of stuff attached to it.
Mrs. Morris?
Is Lena?
Yes. Sorry. Lena. Yes. Lena Morris. Yes. Yes. She looks at you.
I was wondering, we're colleagues of your husband Clayton. Have you seen him recently?
Oh no, I haven't. I'm actually very worried about where he is. He hasn't been here.
So are we. He was looking for these devices. Do you have? And I'll basically pull up the notebook.
The sketch.
Do you have this device in your in your house? In your room?
She looks at it for a second. Oh, I haven't noticed.
Okay. Do you mind if we come in and have a little look?
Can I get a manipulation roll, please?
I whisper into Arnold's ear, "Isn't she supposed to be dead?"
Arnold is just looking. He's opening his mouth and is in shock, completely in shock.
I was expecting this. I got one.
Well, if you can, if you'd like to come in, so you're looking for Clayton?
Yes.
Oh, that would be good. I can't remember when I last saw him, but it was a while ago, I think. Well, come in, and she shows you in. The apartment is beautiful. Stunning, even.
Yep.
The apartment is beautiful, stunning, even. Like, it's not that it has more stuff. Well, it has more stuff, actually. That's a lie. It actually has a lot more stuff.
What an amazing house do you have here, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
I'm walking to the
beautiful.
to the window. I'm looking out the window, and out there is decay and inaction.
Well, yeah, just in front of where you're looking. Like, if you look down the street, you can see, all of the
normal Harlem life.
So normal
Harlem life. For about how many yards?
Let's say about 100 yards. Maybe less. It's probably a bit big. 50 yards.
I'm not helping look for the thing. I'm going to open up my case.
Yeah, I'm completely shocked. I'm just in awe of the situation.
So yes, we need to find this device. If you don't mind us having a little look around.
No, by all means.
Thank you.
Can I get investigation rolls, please?
Is it
Amadeus, are you looking around?
anybody
Yeah,
good at
I'll help.
investigation?
If I can help, then I'll help, definitely.
I have no skill of investigation. Does
Let me
anyone
have a
Amadeus
look.
has investigation.
Let me have a look. I just need to find it
I
again.
will assist Amadeus if at all possible.
So investigation, I've got 2.
I'm going to start playing my horn.
Okay.
How
Well, she just
unsuitable.
starts singing. When you start playing the horn, she starts singing. She has the most beautiful voice you've ever heard.
So I've got 1 condition
Can I resist the temptation?
and 1 resist.
Okay.
You can attempt to resist the temptation if you want, or you can give it. It's up to you.
No. Okay, because if the guys will do something, probably from my role, I will try to. Okay.
I turn to you, Arnold. I say, they're going to destroy it. They've got to destroy it. Just let us. Let's play. Let's get some of this energy and use this energy to make beautiful music. And I haven't managed my roll there, so I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to take myself a hopeless. Because I know.
Yeah, can I try
I
to
know the
also use
beauty in
my...
this apartment isn't going to last long, and I've got to get a decent tune out of this before they find this bloody column and destroy it.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know
so
if I
you
have
guys
my...
are down underneath the main bed, by the way, in the main bedroom. This red clay tube with these characters kind of scratched into it.
Pull out the tire iron that I basically took from the car and smash it.
Okay, so Arnold, I need to ask, what were you doing?
I will try to do just an empathy roll for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I pull my gun at Aaron.
Okay. Right, what do you say?
That's a good cliffhanger coming up.
Yeah. You need to stop this.
What?
This beauty doesn't have to die. We can use it for our own good. This machine, this thing.
Smash.
Attract.
Unless I'm being stopped by, obviously, I'm right by Amadeus, who could actually physically stop me. I'm literally just going to
I'm
smash
not
it.
stopping you.
Arnold, it's completely your choice whether you pull the trigger.
I'm going to shout
Smash.
at Arnold.
But it's
What
by
are
your
you
choice,
doing? Put
not-
the weapon
not
down.
I'm playing the blues. The blues. I've made an inspiration roll. If anybody wants to take whatever they want out of that inspiration roll, either one of you, I am just playing the blues. Some of the best blues I've ever played.
Okay, so you don't reason with me at all. You just smash it directly.
Yep.
I think the decision is there for next time.
Or just no,
And
we got
I
15
actually-
minutes. Or end of that particular cliffhanger.
I think we end this
Yeah.
bit because I can't recapture this at the start of the next session. I don't think that'll work. All right, so Arnold,
Yeah.
any choice is a good choice. Well, no, actually, that's
Okay,
not really
so
the case. I'm not gonna lie.
did he try to try to crash it, or he will not roll for it? He just
He can just smash it. I'm not gonna make someone roll to hit a clay tube with a tire iron.
It's not trying to run away from him, is it?
No.
Surely
Yeah,
he needs to make a force roll to actually destroy it.
That's
No.
Of
clay.
course, but
It's clay.
yeah. I'm a big
Yeah, I
guy.
will- I will. Sorry, it's a role-playing game, so I
No,
will
no,
try
no,
to.
no, no.
I will try to. I rolled for the empathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
good hit, mate. Good hit.
Oh, that's a good hit.
Have you got any physical conditions at the moment, Aaron?
No,
No, he was good of them.
All right. So
I never had any physical. It was
I
mental.
think
I
a
had
pistol does.
2 damage.
Pistol does 2. I'm
Yeah,
taking it out of the Vaesen book.
Yeah,
Two.
so that's 3 points of damage, which means you still manage.
But if
to
I'm
land.
unawares, shouldn't he have got extra? I just thought
No.
it'd be quite cool. Just
I
So
don't think
that
you were
was three-
unaware.
three-
So he
three
shoots
conditions.
you.
He
He
shouted
shoots
at
you,
you.
but you actually still get to land your blow on the clay
Okay.
cylinder because he doesn't break you.
Yep.
He takes all three of your physical conditions, but you still have broken unchecked.
Yep.
So there's an almighty shot. A gunshot reverberates through the space, and then the clay, in a sort of last moment strike, the tire iron smashes the tube, and the image of the room that you had, and indeed the image of the room that you capture in your final tune, Anston, that you were playing, shatters into a million pieces and falls to the ground like broken glass. And suddenly you're in this normal apartment. You hear the last sort of catch of the woman's voice as she shattered along with everything else and crashed to the floor like a mirror being, sort of dropped to the ground. And that is where we will leave it.
Well done.
Yeah, that was beautiful, guys. That
Brilliant.
Was
Well
beautiful.
done, Mohammed. I love that.
That was awesome.
That was good. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy can write a module. Okay. And actually, I've got to say, the fact that you went to the apartment towards the end actually made it much more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you'd gone there first, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
What the hell was going on?
I did take
Yeah.
down
So
the
the
notes here.
decision you take would have been much less kind of informed.
I did take
One
down
of
that
them.
we
Yeah, it
had
was
gone
cool.
and seen the landlady, but she wouldn't let us in. So, yeah, we had gone here, but we hadn't got in previously.
No, that was what she said.
Okay.
She said
Alright.
that
That's
she
what
had gone
the
there and
nurse
tried
said.
to
Okay,
be.
fine.
That's what the sister said.
But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good that it's now, as you
We,
say.
we never came. We didn't bother. We just went straight away
You
to
went
the
straight to his workshop. You went
workshop,
straight
and then
to
from
his
the
art
workshop we
studio.
followed
is-
the
but
clues
as you
on
say-
from there.
Yeah, my mistake. But as you say, it worked out really well now.
Yeah.
Because it's much more impactful, right?
Yes.
Like that decision to destroy or not to destroy the device has so much more weight because you actually know roughly what's going to happen when you do it.
There's only one choice on this one. Anyway, I think it was really good. So thank you very much for running it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
thank you,
sorry
guys.
if I,
No,
Don't
no.
be sorry.
No, that was awesome.
That was great. That was great. But Thomas, are we done now? Do we?
I'm willing to get up early to finish it, right? Like I actually
Okay.
want to finish it now. I think. Well, what do you guys think?
I'd like to finish it.
Do you want to
Yeah,
see
me
it to
too.
the end?
yeah, sure.
Well,
I mean,
After
that,
I
that,
shoot
that's going to
interesting,
make
because-
a great
because-
endpoint there, I think, assuming that we
Yeah.
discover whether Aaron gets cured by Amadeus.
Well,
it's-
Aaron's
I
going to
think it'd
be
be
running
probably
away
good
now.
for the final conflict against the Whites.
It's to be continued question mark.
Yeah.
So if you guys are happy, I'm happy to run the last session.
Let's make an arrangement that works for all of us. I mean, I can be
Yeah,
a bit
yeah,
later,
sure.
especially in 2 weeks' time. I'm on holiday, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
I
and
can do Saturday, maybe afternoon. Would be for you. Oh, okay, Saturday is it's okay.
I can't make weekends at all, unfortunately.
So why don't
And
we
I can't-
just? Can I just suggest we just start a half an hour later in a
Mhm.
fortnight?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is
that's
everyone
fine.
okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can,
Because
I
that's
can
6
do that,
a.m.
yeah.
my time, which is I'm like Paul. I get up at 5:30, 5 o'clock every morning, so it's much of muchness. I've slept in once, which Mohammed has experienced.
Yes, I saw that
One
this
morning I slept in. It's only happened once.
No problem, mate.
But
I
no,
ca-
6 a.m. fortnight from now,
Sounds good.
and it'll be the theatre.
Yeah. Oh, well, it'll be the repercussions from the gunshot.
It'll be the repercussions of the gunfire.
Gunshot.
by Arnold. Oh, that was so. And I really, Mohammed, I need to say, no, that was brilliant.
It was. It was.
Actually,
It was cool.
it was cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
It was cool as hell. And I actually like the conflict that's playing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
a
that's
perfect
much more
image,
entertaining.
right? It's like,
Well, see,
why the hell
the-
shouldn't we take? Hold on, they're using this against us, but why shouldn't we have our dreams fulfilled at the cost of their dreams?
Yeah, absolutely.
but
And
I
we
s-
hadn't
I s-
heard the warning from
but
Madam What's It.
But my trauma is I saw a Orisha in my dreams. So as soon as that woman mentioned Orisha, it was like, I trust you.
Yeah.
I've seen this. I know exactly. So that's why I was completely not be. It just needs to go.
Yeah.
And you made the
There was
point
no-
that you'd spoken to an expert, and actually, you know, that and the drugged out people around the area had convinced me.
The
But
joyless
I
people.
still wanted. I
like
didn't want to have to do
final,
the story.
final.
My trauma
But,
is that a corpse came back to life, and then we walk into this place where there's a dead woman walking around.
Yeah.
But she,
No,
didn't
my-
look too dead. I mean, she looked quite beautiful. So but
No,
And my trauma that I saw the people getting out from the dead.
yeah, same. Right, let's bring
So
this to a close.
Brilliant.
I can say it now,
Yes.
obviously. is
Awesome.
that she has no consciousness that she's a dream construct. None
No.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's actually the perfect version of herself.
I've enjoyed this so much that
It is
I
so
bought-
good.
I bought the book,
I
and
bought the
I've got
PDF
a
version.
pre-order of Haunted West as well.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about it, but no. But no, I'm staying mostly strong.
Mostly.
There's been a few.
I just love
My
There's
it.
been a
shelf
few
is
breakouts.
full.
As you
There's
said,
been-
this scenario is just so good.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
just writes so well. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and also just to mention it, I'm super excited about the Coriolis thing. In case I haven't already said that, I think it's
No,
amazing.
Yeah.
it's a brilliant idea, Thomas.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
If
I
I
would
can make
probably-
it, I'd love to.
Yeah, I would
gonna
love
be
to
great.
also join. I will read it, and if you need any,
Well, we
Yeah,
want you to
for
write,
my-
but, you know,
yeah, for sure.
no.
Yeah.
the fact that you
Right,
happen to be a
scenario.
native speaker of Arabic will not go astray as we move through. Will not go astray as we move through it.
Perfect.
All right, see you guys later.
Brilliant,
Excellent.
everybody. What a wonderful
again.
community we have. I
Yeah.
just love this.
Indeed.
I love this little club we've
Indeed.
got.
All right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Good
Good
night,
to see you.
everybody, and thank you.
Yeah. Have a good
Thank you
day,
very much,
Thomas.
guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.